visit anything, it does not matter how useless that thing is. If that thing is visited by God, it becomes useful. The fire that was visited by God spoke. The waters that was visited by God spoke. The donkey that was visited by God became a prophet that he has to speak to a prophet. Anything visited by God, it does not matter how useless that thing is, become useful. Now, the difference between you and a visited man is the presence of God in the visit. To understand that when God visits an environment, not a person, that God can visit this chair and then the chair will keep a record of the visit of God, so that one day the chair can boast that God has ever visited me before. How did I know? When the Lord visited the altar, the stones erected by Abraham, even the stones, they had evidence of the visit of God in that environment. That another prophet came and there was still a record, there was still a space where God was ascending and descending. God has never visited a man and that man is the same. Hear me well. When the Lord is done visiting you, your enemies don't have to like you. You just need a visit from God. Your family don't have to like you. You just need to be visited by God. After you are done, you see men who do not respect you, who don't honor you, who don't consider you anything. They will begin to look for you one by one. I was the least to ever be considered a human being in my family. But after the visitation of God, now, when God visits a man, you know, even if that man is an idiot, even the idiotness or whatever will keep record of God's visit. And the space kept evidence of the visit of God to that place. That a man came and they still have an evidence. So sometimes the reason why people want to travel to United States of America is not because United States of America have better resources than Africa, but there were a day God visited the nation. Even till now, there is still evidence that God was in the nation. Israel, they still have evidence that God has ever visited them. Even their children who don't believe in him, they can't take that evidence. They can't deny the fact that God has ever visited Israel. Gideon said, we have heard and we know of how God performed wondrous acts among our fathers. How? They know because they could see. But they say, how come that God is now slack in our generation? And the angel of the Lord said, you knowing is a sign of strength. So go in this dynamite. Knowledge is strength. Some of you here, after God finished visiting you, your grandchildren who will grow and don't know that there was a generation where there was a Joseph will even benefit from the Joseph blessing. Hear me well. The visitation of God don't end with persons. Assuming the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa, decided to pay you a visit, how will the visit be? You see a number of cars. Those who don't even want to come to your house, those who never wanted to even see you, they will follow the man to your house because he's coming. If God visit and leave your house and you are still poor, he wasn't the one. He never asked the prosperity to come. He's just on his way and prosperity follow him. Prosperity is part of the convoy. Wisdom is part of the convoy. Knowledge is part of the convoy. Love is part of the convoy. Why? Because wherever God is going, these things must follow. That is why after you are visited by God, you don't have to pray for money. Money will come. Those who don't like you will give you. Watch it. How can a queen from Africa decided to travel all the way to Asia just to meet a man and gave him wealth and was with the man for 18 months to steady? This is a queen who vacated her post. After the visitation, Solomon became wise. He became rich. And beyond that, he became a center of attraction. Till now, people are traveling to Jordan. All the places Jesus visited, people are still going there. The places he walked, where he sat down and taught. So even the place, notice that a man has visited me. And the place discovered that I am about to become a center of attraction. The nations will travel to me. Why? So even the stone that Jesus sat and taught was privileged to be sat on by the Lord himself. Because the stone knew that men will come. The grave where they buried Jesus, they are guarding that grave. A grave, they are guarding that grave. And the owners of the land are making money from that grave where he was baptized. Waters. It's not same water at the river. People go there and baptize and come back. The places Jesus walked, where he fed the 5,000. He just stood on a place and fed 5,000 people. Now it became a scarcity. It's not a different land from the lands we have. The difference is that it was visited by the Lord. It's not different. Hear me well. You have two eyes, you have one mouth, you have two noses. You are the same as as any other person on earth. But men will climb the trees. Some will climb the walls just to see not you, but the car you are inside. They will climb the walls, climb the trees, do everything just to see your convoy. Sometimes you don't know which car is the visited man. I prophesy over your life. Whatever it will take you to be visited by God, in the name of He who died and arose the third day, Jesus, the Son of the living God, may that visitation come. May you be visited. May your house be visited. May your whole generation be visited by God. In the name of Jesus, imagine if that being has visited a place and the place have kept record of that visit. What if that being visits